Shalom and good day all, this is Tehilin29 back again for a Marvel and DC review, and in this Marvel and DC review I'll be covering Kid Venom issue 3 and Shazam issue 17. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which we are following the character of Kintoki, to which we have Kintoki in front of us here, or I think it is, or is it same? It's one of them. There's just a number of characters that I need to get a grasp on with this series, but what we do see here is definitely what we see in the story, to which I give this cover a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as we have a look at what's happened previously, we get a little bit of a story of sorts as to what's happening with the Clinter, which is the symbiote, and also who he's, I guess, working with, which is Kintoki, and also some of the things that are about to take place. And we also understand that Kintoki has also saved a child, to which he's got a very hard question to deal with, and it's sort of like whether to go ahead and actually do what must be done. So now let's move into the main part of the story as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So as things take place in Japan, we get to see some events that are taking place sort of like within some of the forests that are there, and we realize that there are some almost carnage-like symbiotes that are present there. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we catch up with the character of Kintoki, to which we are learning that there are some things happening in relation to the symbiotes, but we also learn that there's also something happening with this particular world, to which it almost feels like there's a certain barrier that is protecting this world, like from almost like a magic type barrier of sorts. And this barrier is, of course, being damaged because of these symbiotes that are getting in to the world. As the story advances, Kintoki, in a way, is sort of brought before the council, in a way. With what we're seeing here, he's also asked to sort of like kill a child, an unknown child that has been brought into the fold. And he really doesn't want to do that because the child themselves also has a symbiote, and they need to somehow find a way to save the child from the symbiote. Or Kintoki wants to save the child from the symbiote and try to save the child's life. So, or separate the symbiote from the child. For the internal art, I give a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the story, to which, first things first, did we get anything addressing the year that this is taking place, or the time that this is taking place in? Sure enough, we did, which is 977 AD. The locations that we see within the story are, of course, Japan, and also the shrines of Heian Kyo. I hope I said that right. The cast of characters consisting of Clinter, Kintoki, Abe Nosami, Minamoto, Usui, and of course Ashia Doman. For the overall rating for this, I give it an 8 out of 10. Now let's see how well this does against Josie Campbell's issue of Shazam. So, moving in, the first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it does, because we do have a bit of rivalry between some of the family members, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is we move into the area of the internal art and also what's happening story-wise with the characters as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So as the story continues, we see a bit of rivalry happening between Billy Batson and of course Freddie Freeman. And of course, Freddie Freeman has decided to take up the title of the commander, which in some essence it excels and is above the title of the captain. And of course, Billy's not having an ounce of it. So as the story continues, we move towards the middle and we realize that there's something sort of up with Freddie Freeman's symbol, as he's got something additional on there. It almost looks like something, of course, it's sort of like brought up like a leech. So remember that the character of Mr. Mind actually came in. So I wouldn't be surprised if what we're seeing here is it's actually Mr. Mind who has tampered with the character of Freddie Freeman. People sometimes forget that Mr. Mind did make an appearance in a previous issue or two, though it probably wouldn't hurt to bring that comic book issue reference in the story, as it would also work in line with what's happening here. And last but not least, towards the end, to which the commander has gone fully evil, and of course we could easily guess what's going to occur here. Of course, we've got Uncle Marvel making an appearance, and with Uncle Marvel there, he'll probably need to get in contact with Billy Batson and of course resolve the situation. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in the area in relation to the story. First things first, considering how far we are comic-wise, did we get any comic book references to any of the previous issues, which might be of importance? No, we didn't. Next is the area of time. Do we know what time that this is taking place? Even throughout the day? No, we don't. Next is the location. Of course, there's the household and also the Rock of Eternity. Next is the cast of characters, to which we have Billy Batson, Freddie Freeman, Shazam, Hephaestus, to which we also learn that he is also playing a bit of a role of sorts with some of the events that are taking place. We also have Beck Geist, Mary Marvel, and last but not least, Uncle Marvel. For the overall story rating, I give it a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.